Yo YouTube, welcome back to another video. Yeah, I know the update is gonna be very soon, well Saturday-ish. It could be Sunday for some of you guys, but I did manage to do the tournament pretty early. I did get a decent run. I got 3-4-0-4. And yeah, this is the team setup I did run. So yeah, you can see from here the units we need, and I do use Ichigo as my caloric stone unit. Let me run you guys through the familiars and slash the team setup. So let me replace it for like here. Alright, so here we go. So for Ainz, we're running C2 Doctor, so he applies a Rupture. Shackled Sights, so he's applying Bleed. Then for Markima, she doesn't really do that much damage. She's really there for support, so you can run a C3 Doctor as an alternative. And you can also run whatever you want here. You don't really need the Enthusiast Walk. If you got it as just a bonus, you know. Then for Luffy, he's our full AoE sub DPS. He's doing a lot of damage. And yeah, I run this burb on him, and I also give him Enthusiast Walk. And Uma, she does need Enthusiast Walk, preferably Deadeye. If you don't have Deadeye Enthusiast Walk or any spare Enthusiast Walk, give her Trunks' Memoria or the King of Trash. And then I'll also run this burb right on here. And then for Sid, I run this Black Spirit that gives him 96% meter multiplier, so he can still swap within 4 attacks. Plus, it gives him extra blast damage, so you're doing a lot more damage than normally. And then, yeah, I also give him Enthusiast Walk with Divinity. And then for Nami, I got Eurozu 14% plus Golden Obsessions with Jack of All. Ideally, you want it to be evolved, make sure it's evolved. And then for our Savior, we got this True Savior, of course, with Divinity, and the familiar that I am running on him is this one right here. So yeah, that's it for the team setup. If you got any questions, let me know. I would say hold off on rerolling an N units because updates gonna come. It's gonna change a lot of things. I mean, it could change a lot of things. You never know. Orlan unit plus the Secret unit plus also Vanguard. You know, those 3 units are ideally the main 3 per 0.5 update, especially things updates like this. So yeah, depending on what these units do and how they work, it might change the strat a bit. But yeah, let's just get into this actual run. Good luck with your runs. Alright, so first things first, you replace your Nami back there. And yeah, Nami should allow you to place Uma wave 1. And yeah, you place Uma early just so you can get the stats in, just so you don't forget. So 2 in rest and then 2 into the top stats. And then you also just upgrade Nami and then collect the chest. This is the kind of the theme you're going for, making sure that you always upgrade Nami before getting the chest. And make sure you always do your Uma stats at the very start of the wave. There's no micromanagement in terms of Kurama and ninjutsu, so you shouldn't be forgetting. Always make sure you do your Uma stats at the very start of the wave. The later you leave it, the higher chance you have of forgetting. So yeah. And as you saw, we did pick Aura of the Overlord, Create Greater Undead, and Acid Rain for our Ainz. So those 3 spells are the 3 spells we are running. And yeah, Ainz having the Marking Memoria plus the C2 Doctor, which gives him Rupture, makes it so that these guys should basically not regen at all. So you got the Rupture plus his Bleed, so yeah, they shouldn't really regen at all and Revitalize. So it makes things a lot easier, and even when the dismantled puppets break down into the other puppets, they should instantly get hit by the Rupture plus Bleed because Acid Rain is a constant attack, so it just attacks every second, so it's pretty nice. See, that's pretty much the reason I am running that on him. And then Luffy's just there as a full AoE DPS. He's not too bad, you know. He's also going to be hitting a lot of range. That's why I ran him. I was thinking if I should run Reze, but yeah, Reze's range will be very poor. And yeah, Luffy just does the job better because he's giving us the extra water slot. And yeah, Sid, he's just here because of his nuke. You guys can run Sid even if you don't have Monarch on him, I think. I'm pretty sure. He does a lot of damage and it will basically just save your run. You'll see what I mean. We use him to kill the wave. Not the wave, we just kill him to kill the mobs, you know, because we can kill the boss off without actually nuking with Sid. So ideally you don't want to be using that. So yeah, make sure you keep doing your Uma stats, just don't forget at all. And you want to make sure you have all your units placed down. So you place your Sid here, make sure you set to strongest. I forgot to do that. And you want to get him auto swapping. Once he swaps to Lord of the Shadows, you want to make sure that you stop swapping. But yeah, make sure you collect all the Nami chests. It's very important because you want to build up as much yen as you can from the stacking passive. And it just makes things a lot easier. So you can see I set my Sid to strongest. And yeah, stop the swapping. So yeah, just keeping Uma stats, keeping the chest. That's all you have to do. Two main things. These early waves are not too hard at all, so you don't have to worry. The scaling does increase rapidly in terms of bosses and enemies later waves, but should be fine for now. So yeah, at this point, I'm just checking if my irons would cover the first bend, so we have to place him in a way where he can cover it. So utilize his wait until he gains the 1.3x range and then check. So yeah, if it's like something like that, it should be fine. So I'm just waiting and waiting. Don't really have to worry about rushing the upgrades because early waves are easy and this boss should die off pretty easily. So yeah, once Irons does the aura at the acid rain, you can see he does cover the very first bend. So I just put one upgrade into my Uma and then I also put a few upgrades into my Irons. Do the exact same upgrade number as me. Can't remember exactly what it was. Just follow it. Probably upgrade 7 or 8. And yeah, you wanna wait until your Sid also has the extra cost, not the cost reduction, the extra range from Ainz' Aura of the Overlord, so 1.5x range. You do one upgrade into your Uma again, and then put as much yen as you can into your Sid. Once you get him up to his ability upgrade, you can stop him. You can start him. What? You can start swapping him again. And yeah, from here you're just gonna keep swapping Sid until like the late game, like wave 30, 34ish, I think. And yeah, what I'm doing at this point is making sure I upgrade my Luffy first because, as you do know, Ichigo counts for all categories. So having Luffy here is good for him because it allows him to gain a 30% cost reduction, plus also get that 30% damage buff from Luffy. Plus Makima is also there, so Ichigo just has a crazy damage amp in terms of Makima's second passive, where a chained ally, if oh, he's not really chained. I forgot. Boy, I forgot. Brain turned off. It's kind of annoying that the caloric stone unit doesn't get chained, but it makes sense. There's not really a way to fit Ichigo into this team slots though, the actual hotbar, because yeah, you need all those slots. So yeah, ignore the thing about the Ichigo Makima thing. But it's just nice about him being a parrot category, so he gets the cost reduction plus also the 30% damage. So you can see Luffy sitting in the very front, that's very nice. After you have Luffy maxed, you want to put your money into Ichigo. You can auto upgrade him as well. And he's going to be costing 30% less, plus also the extra 5% from... Well, it's not really 30%, it's like more like 20... yeah, 28% more or less. And then also the 5% from the Aura of the Overlord. So yeah, your main priority is getting your Ichigo max at this point. You want to make sure he's set to strongest, so you can deal with the bosses. This wave 20 boss shouldn't be hard. His HP is very low, but he's just frustrating in times to deal with because, as you do know, he has that map-wide stun, and not all your units are immune. Ichigo is not immune. Sid isn't immune, but if Sid isn't John Smith, he should be immune. Ainz is immune, and also Luffy is immune because he repels it back. And yeah. Nice. But you can see dealing with this boss, not too bad. As long as he's in Iron's range, he should not get revitalized, and yeah, that's all you need. As long as he's not getting revitalized or not healing, there's no issues at all. I put a few upgrades into my Uma at this point. And as you can see, I have auto skip waves off. You have to follow my order in terms of just follow my when I click the skip button and when I don't. And here I put auto upgrade back onto my Ichigo. You other know I'm just zoning out all my days. Flipping out, I'm zoned out. But yeah, from wave 24 to wave 30 it should not be hard at all. It's just about doing your Uma stats and making sure all the units are maxed. So your next unit you're going to be maxing is your Uma and then your Irons. And then that's pretty much it. And then you can just upgrade your Markable last. And of course get your Sid to max as well. But you can see we're having auto skip off so we can stack the Sid swaps. Because we do need him to start swapping to gain the extra damage for his nuke passive. My bad, but thing is silent. I don't know what to say, mate. It's genuinely very boring tournament, you know. It's a very calm and relaxed tournament compared to last one. Last one was, oh my days, that shit gave me a headache, mate. But this one is much more easier. That's what I can say. But yeah, pretty much with each goal, he's gonna be self-cleansing each time he follows up. So he does get his range back, and we're gonna be only nuking with him once he does get his range back. So yeah, we don't want to be nuking without him having max range, if that makes sense. Because if you nuke with him while he has 0.7x range, he would only be hitting a small amount of enemies, but if you nuke while he's at 1.2x range, he's gonna be hitting a lot more. So yeah, once our Uma is maxed, we just put all our money into our Eins. And yeah, what I said before was to make sure you collect in the Nami chest each time, because it is very important. It makes you just max him slightly earlier, because Nami's passive is always stacking. So yeah, you can see how much yen is it now? I think around like 6k yen per chest. It's very nice. I don't know why my brain was trotting out. I was still looking for the chest, even though I collected it pretty early on. But yeah, once Irons is max, we put our money into our Sid. Yeah. I think I might put money into Sid earlier. Just want to get Sid maxed. But things should be very easy, you know. And yeah, as I said, it's just self-explanatory, man. I ain't gonna speak too much until when I need to speak. I think wave 30 on as well, I need to actually speak. But yeah, as you can see, Waterman is not too hard. It's very slow and very boring. Okay, here's where you have to focus. Make sure you do your Uma stats, make sure you have your Ichigo set the strongest. You want to get the boss as low as you can, utilizing Ichigo. So making sure Ichigo is constantly following him. And that's what I mean with Ichigo following up, he's cleansing himself, plus also going to be dealing with the boss. And yeah, now at this point I'm auto upgrading my Makima, setting her to closest. And yeah, you can see how Ainz is allowing the enemies to not revitalize at all, plus he's also bleeding them, so we're also getting the 30% more damage from Uma, plus the 30% more damage on the Ainz summons. Well, not really, because I forgot he don't have the Memoria, but it's fine. But yeah, the Uma damage does matter a lot, because you want the boss to be at the you want the boss to be the furthest enemy at the front. So at this point, do your Uma stats. I stopped my Sid from swapping at this point. I could have done it much later, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I stopped my Sid from swapping, and I hover over Ichigo. Make sure the little fire icon is turned off, and once he's at 1.2x range, you just nuke. You kill all the enemies in his range, and then the boss is at the front pretty much. With these enemies, of course, but these enemies should die because of Uma, and once they do die, the boss should just be getting killed off. And yeah, around like wave 37, 38, if you did things perfectly, no failures, it should be 37, which is the most ideal part. Because if it is 37, this boss dies very easily. But if it's 38, it does affect your run, like slightly. So you'll see, in this run I get a 38, so the boss gets very close to the end, and I think I do lose one stock because of it. So yeah, the earlier you get your Uma up, the better it is for you. So yeah, once she is up, maxed out at world champion state, she's just gonna make things very easy, you see. Look. Dealing with all the enemies. You can see she made like a little gap at the back in the little bend. There's a big gap between the next set of enemies. And yeah, so your Ichigo to strongest. And yeah, you can see here he barely died, so ideally you want it to be wave 37 Uma. Wave 38 is kind of frustrating, but yeah, wave 37 is ideal. And I did lose a stock because of it, which is not ideal as well. I don't know why my brain turned off, but I did sell Ichigo once, and I did lose one stock. And I did forget that he is my caloric stone unit, so I wouldn't be able to replace him, so I would say not to lose any stocks with Ichigo, don't sell him at all. And yeah, this is the point where you're gonna need to use your Sid nuke, so it's just about stalling as long as you can with your Ichigo nuke. I mean Ichigo nuke is your Sid nuke. But yeah, you can see how much damage Uma is doing, so yeah, this is pretty much the core part of the strat. It's just utilizing Sid nuke, and as you can see, I did have Sid stop swapping at 35, so if you want, you can have Sid stop swapping at like 38, 39, 40. I did it very early, but he does clear like pretty much the whole map, so it doesn't really matter. he just does so much damage. You'll see how much damage he does. It's just not real. So yeah, the mobs are not going to be living at all, so yeah, it's fine. So around this point, I think I do the nuke, so you'll see how much damage he done. The boss has like 1.3 billion, some shit like that. I pop the nuke now. So like 1.3 billion, he went down to 900 million. So he basically did like 400 million damage. And no enemy has that much HP, so they're all dying. And at this point, you hover over mark him up because I'm going to use her nuke just to get like one enemy really low. I turn auto skip waves off at this point as well. And I use Markima's nuke, so she's doing 30 more damage to a selected enemy in range. And yeah, hopefully she kills them, and that's it. That's it for the strat. Like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.